All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. And let me tell you something. It feels so good to say that. I am super excited to be back here with you guys to create this show again. I'm going to be bringing some new stuff to you. I'm super excited. We're going to talk about that here in just a moment. But first, I hope everyone is healthy. I hope everybody is staying safe. This pandemic is fucking crazy. So I hope that everybody is doing well and is safe. And yeah, it's just wild that all this shit is happening. All this shit is hitting the fan. But yeah, guys, welcome back. So I kind of just wanted to say what's up to you guys. It's just me today. I don't necessarily have a guest. So yeah, I just wanted to talk a little bit about some housekeeping things and kind of what this show is going to be looking like going into this new phase of what we're going to be working on. So part of the reason why I brought this back was because I had a lot of people that would reach out to me every once in a while asking whether or not we were still doing the podcast, if it was something that we were going to ever bring back. And, you know, honestly, when we left, you know, it was really just a weird stopping point for me, but it was necessary because I felt like we were continuing on the same pattern all the time. And I think that when Nick and I had the decision that it was just going to be it, we were just drained. And I felt like we were doing and having the same conversations over and over again. And as much as that was, you know, just the pattern of the show, you know, for us as the people that are actually doing the show, if you do that, I mean, we did that for like 2.5 years consistently. It does get old after a while. So one of the changes that I really want to bring going into this new phase is that I've decided that I don't want a majority of the artists to be from Lancaster, Pennsylvania. And part of the reason why I really don't want that is because when we were phasing out of our last season, I felt like just drained. And I felt like I was having the same conversations. I mean, we brought other people on like all the time, like that had already been on the show, which was fine because those were sentimental to me, and I enjoyed interviewing those people and checking back in. But I felt like once we got to that point where we were doing it like for a third season in a row, it got a little bit, you know, of the same type of pattern. And you know, I wanted to try something new. If you were around a couple of months ago, like towards the beginning of quarantine, you may have heard about what we did with the Quarantine Couch Fest. And the Quarantine Couch Fest was a digital event that I put together that was made to bring the concert to your living room. And I got a really you know, cool team together to help me orchestrate like getting all of the sound taken care of. Shout out to Chris, shout out to Cole. But those guys really came in and helped me actually make that show happen. But we were able to pull artists in from all over the United States. Some of them were here in Lancaster. Other ones were, you know, some were in LA, others were in Massachusetts, some were in New York. And so I really enjoyed that event, and I didn't think that it was going to go together as well as it did, but everybody was kind of in that digital age where we were, you know, just figured out what Zoom was, and, you know, people were using Skype and FaceTiming more often, things like that. And it was cool to see that we were able to bring all of those people together. And as I started to think about bringing the podcast back, bringing the Rose Review back, possibly, I thought, what if I was able to do it from that perspective, but just interview people all the time and even potentially get them to perform on the show. And so that's the goal. We're going to kind of steer away from this local area. And, you know, the reality of it is that I got really bored. Some of the artists that, you know, were going for a really long time, honestly, it was fucking boring. I think if you want me to be straight with you about it, over time and how I felt about it all, I think I made some mistakes in some of the people that we had talked to. I think we developed some good relationships with some people, but just seeing the way that some of the things went and how what was supposed to be a really cool future for the music community around here really took a drastic dive. The reality of it is I'm just bored. There's a couple new people here in Lancaster that I've been keeping my eye on for sure. I probably have about like 7 or 8 people that I've really been watching from a local level, and this will also open the doors for people that I've been watching for a long time here in Lancaster that don't necessarily make hip-hop music, and that's going to be a really interesting transition, because I want to open this up to a lot of different music genres, because as much as I love hip hop and rap, I do listen to a lot of other music outside of that, and I would really like to be able to encompass some of those smaller up and coming artists that I I listen to, some of those up and coming artists that I listen to every day, and bring them to you and actually have a chance to interview them, because I am actually really big fans of their music. And I think that is the big difference here. Is like sometimes, and I'm going to be honest, there were people that we were bringing in because the reality of it was that I needed to make content. And I had promised a show every single week, and I wanted to get a show out every single week. And some of the people that we brought in were primarily just like, people that we saw on the internet doing stuff to see if we could get a nice little content thing going. But this one I really want to be designed around me actually really enjoying their music, listening to it on a regular basis. And some of the artists that I'm reaching out to right now are those people. So we're going to be hearing from a lot of different artists from all over the United States this time around. Hopefully it's not going to be like the same, this is what was about Lancaster. I want this to encompass still the idea of giving smaller up and coming musicians a platform, but personally I want to take it to another level. And I think that small town, hometown stuff is really cool, but there's another degree of like small artists that I really want to reach out to. I mean, I've reached out to managers, I've connected with some of them to actually get some of these artists to come and talk to us and have a conversation, where we can get a chance to know them. And I'm going to be really excited about that, like I said, because I actually like their music. And I think that was a part of the thing that really started to drain what the Rose Review was for me prior to that, was that I was not, I don't want to say that the music was bad, but I mean, like, there were sometimes decisions looking back on it now and the music that I'm listening to these days where I kind of, turn my head a little bit and am just kind of frustrated with myself almost. And so this is going to be me making it up to myself and to those who are really big fans of music that are looking to listen to brand new music from every single genre. I'm hoping to create this show specifically for you. So yeah, like I said, the goal here is to talk to a bunch of other people like we did, and even get some performances. These performances are going to be like, over the internet, and in this time that we're in, hopefully, one of the running jokes on the Rose Review is that we would have technical difficulties all the time. I mean, it didn't stop. It was pretty constant. And I personally wanted to get it to a point where we could have like live rap battles and shit, and we just couldn't do that, and we couldn't make it live. But after doing the Quarantine Couch Fest, I actually ended up building a computer, and now we're actually able to bring people in live and talk to them about what's going on, and we can talk to anybody from anywhere, and they can perform here. So if you want more of that performance aspect of things and you wanted to kind of see that, just make sure that if you're listening to this just strictly audio, that you get a chance to take a look at our YouTube and our Instagram pages. So those things are going to be consistently filled with content. One of the things that we're going to be working on in the future is Music Mondays. I'm highlighting as many artists as I can, those who I've looked through for the week, to get a chance to just introduce you guys to some new artists. And then we're going to be creating Spotify playlists. We're going to have a piece of each catalog for each artist that we talk to over the season on our Spotify. And then we're going to do another Spotify specifically for Music Mondays, so that you can go and actually just listen to those songs in a full playlist. The other thing, like I said, that's going to be changing is that we're going to be live. I haven't picked a specific time yet, but But I am excited to actually bring that like audience interaction to it. So my goal is to kind of set these shows up where we have the conversation with the artist. We're done kind of having just the interview portion. Maybe anybody that's in the audience who wants to ask any questions for the artist can actually talk to the artist, and I can relay those questions to them, and they'll be able to see it, and we can kind of talk to you guys, and it gives you guys an opportunity to interact with the show, so we can kind of see exactly what types of things you guys are into, and you can ask as many questions. If it's about the music industry, go for it. If you just want to know what their favorite color is, by all means you can do that. We're going to be slowly setting up some animations here so that you guys can utilize those throughout the show. So I'm trying to make this as audience interactive as possible for those who are watching it live. And then we didn't do this with the Rose Review before, but every single episode from here on out is going to be on Spotify, Apple Music, and all of the places where you get your podcasts. What else? Yeah, and because lives are going to be a little bit different, because we're going to be talking to people from different areas, time zones are going to be a little bit different. So the timing of when we actually shoot the show may vary every episode. So if you're watching this on YouTube right now, make sure that you subscribe and just hit the notification bell that is right next to that, so that you can get notified when we bring people on. And hopefully once I have a general idea, of course, I'm going to push something out. So always tune into the Instagram for that. But otherwise, guys, I'm extremely excited for what we're going to be able to bring to the table here for you. One of the things I did want to just say is that I've always wanted to take this a little bit larger than local. And this step is going to be interesting. And I'm hoping to meet some new people. And yeah, just some personal updates. I've been doing some live streaming on Twitch throughout the week with some friends. So we've been playing video games, Jackbox games. So if you want to, and you want to join our Discord, we do have a Discord specifically for my Twitch community. I'm actually thinking about doing some no jumper type shit where I do dedicate one night of my Twitch streams a week to the Rose Review, and I'm actually listening to all of that smaller music. And you guys can, stop in and let me know if you think it's good, or you guys can drop some music to me. I feel like that would be really cool as well. Otherwise, yeah, I'm super excited for what's coming next. Tune into the Twitch. What else? Subscribe to the YouTube channel. And yeah, sorry I'm a little bit rusty, guys. It's been a while since I've done this, but we're going to get it up to par. We're going to get it smooth, and we're going to get it running for you guys. And yeah, if you guys have been fans and you've tapped in for this episode, you're fucking awesome. You're the only reason that I continue to do this. So that's pretty much it. So thank you guys for watching episode 1 of season 5 of the Rose Review, and we'll see you guys next week. Peace.